I can't see through. Did you put a spell on me? I even miss you when you're with me. Because this feeling's much too strong. It almost hurts where you go. I haven't yet figured it out how to handle your surviving. You're pretty much my dream that starts, and I know that I wake up, yeah.
And yes, here we are, Espresso Sesh. It's another Tuesday, another day, beautiful San Francisco, California, Mission District. Here we are, my name is Nino Musco. And I have the honor and the pleasure to have next to me Mr. Giuseppe Pinto. Welcome.
Hello, everybody.
How are you doing today?
Pretty well. It's good to be back. It's good to be back here.
It's good to be back here. The familiar studio of BFF. Yeah, we've been doing this since a minute now. So it's always a pleasure to have you back.
I feel there is too much of an Italian accent in this room.
Too much of an Italian accent. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Yes, what you gonna do? Yeah, Sonamó in the house. So we started with a song, another story from the latest EP that you released.
Yes.
Blending the Italian melodies with the funk, with some disco elements, with some Latin,
some acid jazz,
Afrobeat. This it's like this kind of it's a melting pot of sound
it is.
that actually you guys were called like Italian funk band, but you are the only Italian in the band. So you combine, definitely being the singer and the frontman and one of the main songwriter of the band. Definitely you contribute, but also there is a mix of different elements coming from different parts of the world.
Yes.
So putting together their own flavor, their own spice to contribute to the sound of Sonamó. No?
Yeah, for who doesn't know Sonamó, it's a band whose name is inspired by an Italian composer called Pino Daniele that he died in 2014, I think, recently. He was one of the pioneers of fusing together jazz, funk, and all these non-traditionally Italian sound with Italian music, specifically with Southern Italian music. And he actually wrote a song that is called A Me Piace Blues, where he repeats it in during the song Sonamó, Sonamó, which means actually the name he says is Sonamó, which means I'm playing now. In reality, the band it talks in third person, Sonamó. The word doesn't exist in Italian; it's just a made-up word, and we use it to say, "Show me what you got, show me what you can do," in a provocative way. And we are deeply inspired by this composer. As a matter of fact, we are about to release tomorrow our version of this beautiful song called A Me Piace o Blues, which means I like the blues. And we also have the pleasure of having a contribution, co-production with the DJ Nino Msk in this case.
In this case.
In this case, yeah. And by the way, I'm the only Italian in the band, but most of our concerts we are always coupled with DJ Nino Msk, which is who's pretty much part of the band anyway. So there are at least 2 Italians in the band.
At least Italian from the south, yes.
Yes.
You got the volcanoes of Italy, yeah.
That's right. That's
Together.
right. Yeah. And
Yes. So this, let's talk about the Sonamó. So it's been a couple of years now, 3 years.
3
probably,
years.
3 years that, like, from the baby steps of in this place in Ace Valley where you guys played the first concert, and then you guys had to, nice evolution of the band, no?
Right. Yeah, we started playing what's now called the Phono Bar, and back in 2016 we had pretty much not many songs going on, and nobody wanted to give us gigs because nobody knew us. And we've been lucky to work in this place for a little bit, and once it became pretty much too small for us, we started expanding, and we used it a lot for creating, marketing materials. It was good because I felt that what happens in this part of the world, let's say San Francisco especially, I feel like there is a big representation of each part of the world. You have a lot of Southern Americans. You have music from all over the world, and I feel that the Italian part is actually missing, right? And the Italian part is usually intended as either classical music or traditional popular music. There is a missing link between the modern sound, these modern generations, and Italian music. And that's what we are trying to create, which, by the way, is not even the traditional. If you go to Italy, you don't really listen this type of music anymore. What you listen is more inspired by mainstream, so it is different. But this Sonamó is a product of what I called the personal experiences. When I came here from Italy, coming from a country where everything is very set in stone in terms of social superstructure and way of living, and everything has to be done one way. Everything has to be you either follow that rule, the way of living, or you are left out. Then when I came here, I had to reconsider everything. I understood. I understand that there are different ways of doing the same thing or doing even different things. So the beautiful thing of the United States, in this case San Francisco, more than on top of that, is the great open-mindedness that it's here. So you understand that everything is possible, and you can do it in different ways. There is not one way of doing things. There is not right or wrong, as long as you have respect for each other, of course. And that's pretty much the product of Sonamó, because I brought, of course, the band has an Italian backbone, because I consider myself the founder, together with Trent Berry, our guitar player. And but at the end of the day, it's really a mix of it's truly a mix of cultures. It's truly a mix of sounds that they get together pretty well, in the sense that we have a consistent sound throughout all our songs, but you can definitely understand and hear all the different influences. Like I come strictly from a classical and a jazz background, while Trent is a very rocker. He's truly a rocker. He's shredding on guitar. Bob Bob and Chris, drummer and bass player, they come more from a funk background, and Bob is also has some Latin blood, so he has that passionate vibe. By the way, Bob is the co-author of Another Story, the song that we just heard before. So you can definitely understand and hear these influences between us. We affect each other I believe, in a beautiful way. This is the miracle of the United States of America, where hopefully should get the best out of everybody, especially immigrants like me.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean, and also it's kind of like a product of urban. It's a urban band, because coming together, like blending elements from different parts, of
Right,
the world, and providing a sound that is it's contemporary, it's modern, and
Right.
and it's evolving as well, no? So you guys have a show coming up actually this week. No?
We have a show coming up, Thursday,
This
in a couple of
Thursday.
days.
Yeah, in a couple of days at the Madron. No?
And Madron Art Bar on Divisadero,
Yeah,
500 Divisadero
It's
Street.
been maybe like a year since last time, no?
Right, and we actually have a residency there for
Right.
the next 3 months. It's gonna be in Sonamó, and DJ Nino Msk. It's gonna be for the upcoming 3 months. We're gonna have every month, I think it's every second Thursday of the month. We're gonna have a show over there. So come check us out. Come support live music, and we also have many new songs, and we're working on new material and new arrangements, and it's gonna be a party.
Yeah, so it's gonna be the official release of the MMA Show Blues. We're gonna play it in a couple of minutes.
Yes.
Plus, there are new songs in the arsenal, no? In the repertoire is extending, and also the band is super tight now, and it's nice. It's nice vibe. It's come check it out. Come check it out this Thursday.
Yeah, you're right. It's been 3 years now, and we really tighten up a lot. In fact, it's funny because I was listening some of the recordings, the very early record. Our first concert was on April 2016, and I was listening some of our first recording, and we thought we were like the shit. We were like really good. I mean, we were not bad, but listening now back then, I thought, wow, man. We like nothing compared with what we sound now.
And I guess like in 3 years, if you listen to something from now, it was the same, no? Because you should keep evolving, no? In your sound, in your...
Yeah. We published our first EP last year because we wanted to put something out there, and we did everything ourselves, from the tracking to the mixing, not the mastering, but we did everything else except that. And because we put together these 4 songs that kind of represent the identity of the band. So all these undertones, all these different ways of these different sounds that represent the band. Maybe we can listen some of those later.
Yeah, we will. We have 2 hours to spend here. So.
Yeah, and just before you play A Me Piace Blues, I want to say that yes, this is a very old song from the 80s from Pino Daniele. He's like I said, he was a pioneer of melting all these different North African, American, and Napolitan sounds, southern Italian sounds. And we have taken this song and with all the respect, try to be the most respectful as possible, try to make it our way, try to put our little flavor into it and make it sound more 2019. And we also have some of during the music production we had the luck of working with Nino Msk, who gave us a few hints. And also there is some part where you're actually scratching on the song, which is at the very beginning. I think that maybe we can listen to the song and
let's let the music speak for itself, and check it out. There's gonna be a premiere of A Me Piace Blues.
Exactly.
For the Sonamó band, and let's listen to it. You're listening to BFF.FM, best frequencies forever. This is Espresso Sesh every Tuesday from 2 to 4.
Sonamó, Sonamó, Sonamó. É Sonamó, Sonamó, Sonamó. É Sonamó, Sonamó, Sonamó. É Sonamó, Sonamó, Sonamó. É Sonamó, Sonamó, Sonamó.
And yes, this was A me piace blues, Sonamó.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Picchiccia brucio culo.
I want to make a comment on this one. We also have the pleasure of collaborating on this song with a good friend of mine and a great guitar player from Italy, Mr. Carmine Santimone, who's playing on the solo for the beautiful guitar solo on this song.
Who did the solo part, yes.
Yeah, so we've been really, because actually historically the Sonamó band was born with a different name, but with this guitar player Carmine, and it was born initially as a cover band for Pino Daniele.
Yeah, and then live events brought everything. Like it's okay. It's and the rest is history, like they say. So this is the last single, Sonamó. Combining, like in the sound, you are evolving, no? The sound wise, no? Comparing to the first EP that is from last year.
That's right. Yeah, the first EP that we played, I feel that we did the production on that album was good for a live band. I don't feel that it was radio ready in that sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but also it's part of it's a natural evolution of a band, because probably the first recording resembled more like the live aspect. No?
Exactly.
Because you guys were focused on playing live shows. So that album, that EP, it's like a photograph, no, like of mostly the band activity that was live. Right?
Yeah, we were being asked all the time at shows, hey guys, where can I find your music? Where can I find your music? So that's why we start publishing. We have a lot of other original stuff and other music that we haven't recorded yet. But like I said, we wanted to make nowadays. I feel that music for the mainstream, for the big public, has to be considered in a much different way from the past years. If you wanna, getting noticed. If you wanna get noticed, if you want to reach somebody that perhaps wouldn't listen to your songs if they don't have some certain specific characteristics. You know what I'm saying? Because, for example, I was saying our album has been done. Every musician appreciate our EP album because there is musicianships in there. There is actual music, no music business. And while the average listener is looking for something a little bit that gets more to a psychological thing, more than the music and art itself. So we're trying to keep our identity and meet also the needs of a larger audience. And that's why we are in the process of composing new music that we're gonna record. We're gonna be in the tracking room soon, next week, I think. We are lucky enough to have Mr. Trent Berry, our guitar player, who's a manager at the Dreamwreck Studios at Hyde Street. So, and also you and I, we have this. Sonamó and DJ Nino Msk share a mixing studio at Hyde Street too.
Yeah, production studio.
Yeah, so it's. We are we're lucky enough to have the right tools to produce. So it's no excuses. We have to work for it.
Yeah, tools and also passion and will to do that. Yeah. Let's listen to another song. What do you say? Let's listen.
So yeah. Let me. As I said before, we have a strong influence on from all part of the world. As a matter of fact, Another Story, that song that we played at the beginning, written by Bob Menacho, our bass player, and I. It's a very inspired to Brazilian music, to a specific type of rhythm called Partido Alto. And we've been always fascinated by Brazilian music, and we have another song that has a twist on Brazilian music. It's called Un'ora d'aria. The song is actually in Italian, it's not in Portuguese, but it's inspired by this Brazilian feel type of music. And we play a version at shows. The song is not published yet. We have a live version for you. And we always play this song with an introduction of a very old Brazilian song there is an old style of music, Brazilian music called choro, which is early 1900, I think. It's kind of like classical. It's part of it's a heritage of the Brazilian music, and there is a song that I personally always play on the piano called Apanhei de Cavaquinho, written by, I think, Ernesto Nazareth. I don't want to be mistaken, but yeah, I think that's correct. And after we do a short intro, very completely different than what you would expect from a Brazilian player, because it's usually played with this cavaquinho, exactly, with this small
little guitar.
Yeah,
Yes.
it looks like a guitar. Of course, it's not a guitar; it's a cavaquinho, and we played in a more like classical approach, let's say, and with some Italian twist. And once we finish this introduction, we go into Un'ora d'aria, which is this song that we wrote, which is also inspired by Brazilian music. I hope you guys enjoy.
Let's listen to it right now.
L'orizzonte non mi è sembrato mai così vicino, neanche quando tu dipingesti di blu i nostri 50 metri quadri d'amore a quassù. Tutto assume un'altra prospettiva, non ho dentro altro valore, è questione solo di osservazione, ma perché ognuno non viene un po' quassù ad illuminarsi il cuore, a non sprecare parole, a ritrovare un po' se stesso e a non buttarsi nel cesso. Voglio stare tra le nuvole, lasciarmi trasportare alle brezze mattutine tra le nuvole, perché da qui posso sentire tutte le voci del mondo tra le nuvole, lasciarmi trasportare dalle brezze mattutine tra le nuvole, perché da qui riesco a sentire il rumore del mare. Foro nel pallone, perdo quota, dannazione. Eppure prima della partenza tutto era in perfetta efficienza, ma no, mi hanno sabotato. Sono salito senza autorizzazione. Cosa credi, caro amico, che decolla a piacimento? Chi ti ha autorizzato a staccarti dal tormento? Per la felicità ci vuole il biglietto. Chi ti ha autorizzato ad essere te stesso? posso sentire tutte le voci del mondo tra le nuvole, lasciarmi trasportare dalle brezze mattutine tra le nuvole, tra le nuvole.
And definitely there is a wide range of musical styles here in the music of Sonamó. So this,
Oh,
is,
yeah,
this is an
yeah.
original one.
This
huh?
is an original song, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We have, by the way, the solo is by Mathieu Baudet playing the soprano saxophone on here. Also, I just wanna do a shout out also for our horn players that they don't always play with us because they're never available. But we
It's
have
on demand, man.
they are big on demand.
People busy, you know, man. We gotta do it. It's tough to
I know,
maintain to survive in San Francisco. So
I know, but we have Nick Krause playing the tenor saxophone, and the bari saxophone, and then we have Mathieu Baudet playing the alto. Alto, he plays pretty much all the alto, tenor, and the soprano. And we have Mr. Daniel Herrera playing trumpet, and also Leandro Joaquin, which he hasn't played with us in quite a long time now. I guess he must be really busy.
on the trumpet.
On the trumpet, yeah.
Yeah, and so let's talk a little bit about this Thursday, no? Because it's gonna be. You guys haven't played in the city that long, no?
Yeah, because we had a residency in this Italian restaurant called Vina Enoteca in Palo Alto, where we've been doing for 2-3 years this thing called Italian Summer Nights. And it was going great because it was outdoor, right in front of it was in Stanford, in the Stanford Plaza. It was beautiful. Unfortunately, at some point, the children's hospital opened, and we weren't allowed to play anymore.
We got noise complaint and stuff like that. Yeah.
So we had to stop, but it was beautiful because we have collected so many funds, and everybody was having a blast. There are some videos online of showing how fun it was. We continued that inside, that Vina Enoteca inside, and I think now we're taking a break until the summer comes, and so we're coming back to San Francisco, and we have this residency in Madrone where we're gonna bring all the energy that characterizes our shows. Plus, it's been quite a long time that I haven't played the guitar. because when we play this Vina Enoteca concert, since we pretty much have to bring all our own equipment, I try to minimize the amount of gear that I have to bring with me. While at Madrone there is already all the audio system and everything, so maybe I can finally bring back on stage that white guitar, the most douchebag instrument ever invented.
Yeah, I mean it's a product of the 80s. No, 80s. Now we look at that decade with a nostalgia, a little nostalgia, but definitely the guitar is make his own impact on the stage. Let's put it in this word. Huh?
I feel like the 80s are coming back strong. If you look at big albums like big production like Bruno Mars 24K, that album is it's strongly inspired. Some people say it's kind of a rip-off of many songs. I like a lot Bruno Mars, so I'm biased, but it's definitely inspired a lot by the sound of the 80s. And I feel like synthesizers are coming back strong, all this sound from the 80s with the keyboards. So I think we should just be on the wave and ride the wave, because if we feel like doing it and people like it, why not?
Yeah.
In fact, we are writing. We have another song that we are playing at concerts now. We're gonna play it on Thursday. We don't have any recording available, but we're gonna play it on Thursday, and it's strongly inspired by this '80s sound. It's called "I Walk Through." It's a song that talks about big changes in your life. It talks about the state of mind where you actually have where you have reached a point in your life where you got enough of whatever is happening, and you decide to change and to leave behind all your you keep treasure of all your experience and move on and look forward. And I hope you guys come and check us out on Thursday, because by the way, the song is all in English, so there will be no language barriers like with some of the Sonamó songs. And the song is called "I Walk Through," and will be probably released in a couple of months. We are now recording this song, but we don't have any official recording yet available.
Yeah, actually, you like la domanda nasce spontanea now, no? So what's going on what's cooking in the Sonamó lab? Because this song, Me Me Piace il Blues, we just played, is gonna be released tomorrow. So that means that it's on,
Yeah.
and so on the stove there is something else cooking. No, what's
Yeah.
cooking on the stove?
Yeah, we are, besides writing new songs and tracking down what we are currently playing but we haven't released, we also are working on a music video, which will be our first ever music video. And so Sonamó plays a tribute to a composer, Italian composer from the 50s. It's called Renato Carosone. That probably most of people that are listening have no idea who I'm talking about, but they may know the song that he played. You know that song, "Tu vuoi fa l'americano, americano"? Okay, so that song we actually play during our concerts, and we don't play the original version. We have our own flavor, our own funk, acid jazz type of approach to the song. But we have decided to take a different turn on the song that we're going to perform on Thursday. So we decided to rewrite. We already have changed completely the vibe of the song, and we also have reharmonized the song with completely different chords. We keep the melody, we still keep the backbone, but we have decided to completely change the lyrics and the meaning of the song, in the sense that to be clear for who doesn't understand this song, the song talks about is staged in the 50s, right? So it was post World War II, and there were lots of American militaries in Italy, especially in Naples,
yeah.
Because Naples has a huge military base. As the consulate, one of the most important American consulate is in Naples. There is a strong presence of military in Naples, especially back in the days. And so all these the American people brought the jazz music. They brought the baseball. They brought all these very characteristic American things, and the song talks about this guy that is in love with this type of thing. So the song says "Tu vuoi fa l'americano," which means you want to be an American, and he wants to emulate these Americans, by playing baseball, by drinking whiskey, by doing smoking, I don't know, some cigarettes.
No, it's like the Coppola, the baseball hat. With
Yeah. So we took a different turn on this one. What we did, since we know that there is a large population of Italian descent on the East Coast, what they're commonly known as Guidos, I don't know how you pronounce it properly, that have some Italian heritage. Perhaps their grandfathers, their grandparents were Italians, but they have nothing to do with Italy, even though they still carry that pseudo vibe, Italian vibe. This Alfredo sauce type of thing that don't exist in Italy, but everybody thinks they're Italian. So we took a different hint. We are talking about in this song about a Guido, an Italian American guy that he carries all the stereotypes of the Italian American. Being very loud and rude and with all the gel in his hair and walking like he's the boss. and he wants to be, actually, he acts like he want to be a real Italian. So the song is gonna be called not anymore Tu vuoi fare l'americano, which means you wanna be an American. The song will be called You Wanna Be an Italiano. And I invite you guys to come on Thursday to come check out the song that we're gonna play live with the completely different meaning. And back on the original topic, we are working on a music video about this song, and I don't want to reveal too much because it's gonna be a pretty fun video, and some fun people are gonna be involved. And I hope that we can release it by this summer. We're working on our director Marco Antonelli. I don't know if he's listening, probably not. But
Yeah, so it's gonna be your first like video
Yes.
clip, like video production with some
exactly.
with a story, with a narration, with like a little cast, and
Yes. Yeah. We are very excited about this.
very excited about this. So there are a lot of things cooking in the Sonamó house. New song, original covers, and yeah. What's the best way to check it out? It's coming this Thursday at the Madron Art Bar. It's on Fell and Divisadero in the Nopa neighborhood, in the Divisadero neighborhood. It's a great bar, medium size. It's been there since a while. There are like great show, live music, DJs playing there. Yeah, so nice context, nice venue for the show. Let's play another song. Let's play. We've been talking a little bit. Let's do this music.
I'd like to let you listen one of the songs from our last EP from last year. A song where actually my father took the saxophone part on it. So what you're listening is my father played the saxophone on this one. It's called Maybe You Know. The song originally was all written in Italian, which is called Forse lo sai, and we have translated part of it in English, and we translated also the title, and it's called Maybe You Know. It's a kind of a sexy tune, one of those ones that we always make a joke that I remember, not always, but up to a couple of years ago, we used to make a joke that after we played this song, our drummer's wife got pregnant, so we attribute this song to the song that we play. We always make the joke. Of course, it isn't true, but we like to think like that. I hope you guys enjoy. Maybe you know.
Maybe Sonamó, BFF.fm.
mio battito tra le tue dita è amore.
And that was
That was Maybe You Know,
Maybe
and
You Know.
with Gianni Pinto, who's my father, playing the saxophone on
The-
this
the
track.
saxophone. Let's give a shout to Luca listening from Rome, to Todd.
Todd says Ohio is in the house, and
Ohio,
we'll bring your greetings to Mr. Trent Berry.
Yeah, we bring to Mr. Trentberry. There is Sandra here, say hi. There is Renee, Carla, right. Listening to BFF.fm. This is live from the Mission District, San Francisco, California, with Sonamó, Mr. Giuseppe Pinto in the house. Yeah, so there was Maybe You Know recording from the latest EP, Another
Exactly.
Story, that actually you can listen to on it's on every digital platform, streaming platform, you name it, is there. So take a listen, check it out.
Yeah,
hit
yeah.
play on your devices. But let's listen another song. There is a live version.
A live version. Okay, so we also have.
You know what I'm talking about.
You know, I know
yeah.
we just discussed. Yeah. Still in the same vibe of being very eclectic, we have another tribute to the same author that did Tuo Fall'Americano. He talks. He wrote a song called O Sarracino, and we also have our own version of this one that starts with a kind of a intro based on Caravan. And then goes back to with this Afrobeat inspired, because Sarracino, it's a dialect word for Saraceno. The Saracens,
The more.
exactly,
Moors,
were
yeah.
all the people from North Africa. That Italy has been colonized by pretty much throughout history by everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
Everybody. In fact,
Yeah.
some people say that the hand gestures that Italians have, some people say it comes from the fact that there were so many people from all over the known world back then, right? America wasn't discovered yet, and so the way to communicate with each other, they had to find a way. So that's why we developed this hand gesture type of thing. And think about it. Back in the days, we're talking about. I'm not besides the Roman Empire, which was so old, but I'm talking about even during the Renaissance. I mean, Florence was the New York of the 90s. Like now, maybe San Francisco is becoming this the center of the world because of all the IT, the technology. But those cities were extremely important. You back then in those days, you see people walking in the streets from literally all over the world, the known world, of course. And some people say that since we have such this hand gesture thing, it comes from finding a way of communicating with each other. This song talks about a guy from North Africa, un Saraceno, a Saracen, that is so handsome that all the women makes fall in love. But then one Italian girl steals his heart. And that's how the song goes. I hope you guys enjoy. This is our live version. We don't have a released version of this one yet.
Oh, Saracino, Sonamó.
Bruna se innamora, me veleno e calamita, questa è femmina che le fa. Ehi! Oh Sarracina, oh Sarracina, bello maio, oh Sarracina, tutte femmine fa innamorare, e belle faccia, e belle cora. Uno va se con una scusa, s'ha rubata anima e cuore, Sarracina non sei più tu. Ehi! Oh Sarracina, oh Sarracina, bello maio, oh Sarracina, tutte femmine fa innamorare, e belle cora. Fire!
And this is like Napolitan salsa.
Yeah.
Like it's like
Yeah. But still, because kind of like you, I mean, we have this very eclectic soul, right?
Yeah, I mean, music. The good music is
I
without boundaries or like classification.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
I honestly, this is my take on music. When people say music, to me, music is one. There is not such a thing as I don't know, jazz music is better than folk music or whatever. To me, music is one. The difference between good music and bad music, it's that the purpose of music, which is art, is to communicate, express, transmit emotions. If the song is, in this case, music, therefore a song or any composition is capable of making you feel something, that means that is good music. You may not like what you're feeling, therefore you may not like them music, but because you don't like the emotions that is
they bring
evoking.
it to you. Yeah.
But it's undeniably a good music. That's my take, especially now that music is so mixed. That you get access. You hear jazz music in everywhere. You can hear like Latin music everywhere. Everything is so mixed together, and there is no more this distinction between rock music or all these different genres. It's all mixed together. You can hear hints of everything everywhere. This is one of the most beautiful thing of this part of the world too, right? Because it makes you, since you grow up. I didn't grow up here. I come here as an immigrant, right? So I don't know how it is to grow up in the United States, and especially in California, which is a particular area, and San Francisco and the Bay Area even more specific, right? I didn't grow up here, so I don't really know how it is. But I grew up in an environment where you must fit within society, otherwise you're left out. And if you dare to think differently, you are left out. You are somebody that... so you start doubting all yourself, right? Because you don't know, you think that you're wrong in some ways. But maybe I shouldn't do this, maybe I shouldn't think that, maybe I should act differently. While when I moved here about 9 years ago now, I start realizing that things are different. Things can be different. There is not right or wrong. You just have to be true to yourself, follow your passion. And I always say this, that when I was in Italy, or probably anybody that comes from one of these old countries can relate to this. When you come from one of these old countries, I feel like the environment is limiting you, while coming to a place like the San Francisco Bay Area is the only limit is yourself.
Is the sky, or even more? Yeah.
Yeah, you have all the tools to achieve anything. You to work hard towards what you want, and if you really want something, if you really work for it, if you really do everything since the moment you wake up in the morning until you go to sleep, if you do every single action that you do in your life, you do it towards your goal, you will get what you want. And if you don't get exactly what you want, you'll get something that is pretty close, and you'll be happy anyway. So this is my personal philosophy of life.
Because like it's a story of there is no just one, like you said before, there is not just one way to do one thing, and there is not just one path that you have to take. Otherwise, you will be like an outcast in the society,
Yeah.
Living in a very tolerant place, very advanced culturally, like for like human rights, and this place is so definitely it's kind of like stepping like from hell to heaven, coming from a place where we're coming from, the south of Italy. There is still where the Vatican lobbies a lot, and if you listen to the news about nowadays, like
I got so upset last day because right now there is a political party in Italy who's they're kind of
Yeah,
the far right, right?
So yeah, it's kind of like, so here like the debate is about like genderless, and there is like a society that is more like advanced and tolerant, and in Italy like they are still like resurrecting the ghost of the fascism. There is something that is it's kind of terrifying,
It is. It is.
yeah. So like you said before, and I wanna like underline, like remark that here, if you I mean, like, it's not easy to travel, to migrate, and because far from home, far from your the dear ones, your family, so it's more challenging. But then if you can deal with it, you can find like your way. And like I'm here doing radio. It's been 11 years, so
Right.
I wouldn't do that thing in my. I mean, took a long time, like a sacrifice, and but still, you're like you are like bringing your own music and sharing with the public, and finding some musicians that actually are like-minded, and they actually can add their own musicianship to your music, no? So it's like you say, like il gioco vale la candela. This is an Italian thing, but it's worth it, like the little challenge and the little
Yeah, because we all do it for love. We do it for love of what we're doing. Like, I mean, you make choices in your life, right? You make choices in your life, and for every choice there is you're renouncing something else. From the moment you wake up till you go to sleep, you make choices, and people make choices either for love or for fear. Most people make choices for fear, and that's bad. So you gotta, everything that you do, you have to make it for love. How many times we just go and let's say a stupid example. You go and perform somewhere, and you get sometimes even exploited. You know what I'm saying? But you keep doing it because you do it for love, and until if you keep insisting on that path, at some point you will find a way to make a living out of what you like to do. Because in my opinion, make it in any field, make it means living out of what you love to do. Doesn't mean stardom. You know what I'm saying? Make it doesn't mean reaching levels of mainstream with 1 million music streams per day. To me, make it means like you can live out of what you love to do. That's the most beautiful thing. That's my personal opinion.
And like even if you say, Gianni says you grew up in Battipaglia, man, grew up with great mozzarella, they're one of the best in Italy. And then you left Battipaglia, and you just keep going, keep walking, and
right.
Keep challenge yourself, like learning new language, So this is, and like you landed to a place where things can actually be realized.
Things can happen. Yeah,
things can happen. Just work for it. No?
You just have to work for it. You just have to keep insisting. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's play another song, my man. Let's play another song.
Let's play the. We have a beautiful, in my opinion, beautiful. Some people may not say that, but let's play La tua anima su di me. This is a beautiful song that was born as a ballad type of song. But then I realized it was too pop sounding, and we changed it completely, and it came with this nice funk sound with some nice drumming also into it. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's called La tua anima su di me.
Sonamó.
Vago da solo, senza un perché, nel buio di questa città. Sentieri deserti dentro di me, forse non basta mai. Sono lontane le paure, prati stellati dentro me, un sorriso che mi dice dove sei. Nel volo di un angelo, luce d'azzurro, ora e per sempre vivrò di te. E quando poi la notte si affaccerà ed il vento si pagherà, mare e cielo torneranno ad essere un'unica cosa nell'eterno che sarà la tua anima su di me.
Your soul above
Above me,
mine.
above mine.
Mine.
Vai ma su di me. Yeah, you can definitely understand here the the rock soul
Oh yeah,
of Trent Berry
on the guitar.
playing the guitar. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like we said before, different elements in the music, in the mix. So there was another story, no, la tua anima su di me,
yeah, yeah.
from another story EP, and there's something that is part of your repertoire. You guys play it live.
Yeah, this song is one of the first songs that we started playing.
Let me ask you something. So you create this band with Trent, no? Most like you said. How was the reaction of your bandmates when you say, like, let's play some Italian songs? They were like, "Whoa, what is that?" You know, they were curiosity, or was just you know?
They had no idea what it would sound like. In fact, I had to convince them by sending some tracks of Pino Daniele, because Pino Daniele, it's a very international sound, right? Doesn't, because every time I say Italian, they think it's some tarantella or something, you know. So and then I had to actually play some of the songs that I had with my draft. I had some draft that I was recording on my computer, and then I let them listen and then develop from there. In fact, this was one of the songs that I wrote this song actually a long time ago. But it was completely different. Like it was a ballad. It was some sort of a pop Italian song. And when I played this song to them, they said, "Man, I don't like this. I don't want to play this stuff." And then when I actually took a different route, and I completely rearranged the song. The song was for the technical musicians. The song was actually in D major. The song changed, and we played in D minor. So it changed the vibe completely. I've rearranged the lyrics are the same, but the whole vibe of the song is completely different. I could probably publish another version of the song that has the same lyrics, but the song itself is completely different. So yeah, I had to show them what is a big influence also, especially from the old days, was Giovanotti. You know, Giovanotti is an Italian rapper. Kind of, I mean, it's I think of Giovanotti as Lorenzo Cherubini as one of the few true, probably Italian rapper, because most of the rappers in Italy, they are actually inspired by and they try to imitate the sound of the American rap, right?
But that's what he does. What he did at the beginning. Like he was the one who brought the culture, hip hop culture, to Italy. Like with because it wasn't there, no. So was important figure in the history, like Pino Daniele, that brought the funk and the blues.
But
to
the
Italian-
hip hop has a strong funk backbone. I mean,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
say pretty much it comes from the funk,
Yeah,
right?
comes from and but he was the ambassador. He was the cultural ambassador. He was doing like singing about the rappers.
Yeah. But his first albums were horrible, man. I don't know
No,
if you-
man. What? No. I mean, we disagree on that because I own a copy of Giovanotti for President, and I take care of it because it's great album. There are some stuff that are like for that time.
He was the only one.
Then he shifted to more like a conscious rap in Italian, and that was another story. But he began with singing like Giovanotti for President and the Give Me Five, that stuff like that.
And yes, and then he developed songs like Penso Positivo, Ombelico del Mondo, which became world famous. Ombelico del Mondo has been played everywhere in every language, Spanish, even in Portuguese. There is a version of Daniela Mercury that sings with Giovanotti in Brazil. They sing Ombelico del Umbigo do Mundo, and that we are strongly inspired by these people that has this wide vision. I don't really, I don't like. I wouldn't say like I'm like I consider him like one of my absolute favorite musician, but because at the end of the day, he's not even a technical musician. He's an artist, right? But I love his message. And I love the fact that he brings together all these flavors from all over the world, and he mixes them together really well. But he still keeps his identity of who he is, right? He's Italian, and he brings what he knows, what his vibe. I too am an Italian. I cannot bring the vibe of of a Puerto Rican or a Mexican or an American.
You bring your own vibe.
I bring my own vibe, right?
The Battipaglia vibe.
The vibe with the mozzarella and the pizza.
Yeah, and it would be like it would be kind of weird if you want to pretend to bring like some vibes that are not from you. Like
Yeah.
you will be the two of you want to be the Italian,
Exactly.
in this case, no?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you keep the authenticity,
Yeah, you do what you know to do. It's undeniable that I am Italian, and I would be stupid if I try to emulate some other sound. Then, if I wanna get some funk, American funk, and then I have Bob and Chris for that, And I wanna bring also the Midwest with the rock and funk soul. I have Trent for that, right? So we all come together,
Yeah.
and then we produce Sonamó. So this is this is the goal, right?
Yeah, this is the formula, that brings together Sonamó. And actually, they are playing. Let's say it again this Thursday, the
Madrone Art Bar.
and it's a free event.
It is a free event.
It's a free event, so there are. I don't know if you can afford. San Francisco can afford any more free events, but
But it's interesting because there are many music venues have closed, but I'm hearing also about a few that are opening up. Like I think that there is one on the old Elbow Room still remained a music venue,
Oh, yeah.
and it's going to be open again as I think Valencia Room.
it's going to be called Valencia.
Yeah, so this is good news, So not everything is lost.
No, but like here, like doing a weekly show with artists in the Bay Area, it's difficult. It's more difficult now because the bills are higher, but the creativity is still there, and this place, it's still like a hub. Like you said, it's a small town where you can meet different culture, different groups, and you can embrace, like elements of those culture in your own language,
Yes.
Like in you had like salsa sarracino, So you are influenced by
Absolutely,
this.
yeah. We have also other songs that we don't even play yet, but they are in the oven. Let's say we have a song that is strongly inspired by cumbia feel, and I would never imagine to play cumbia when I was back in Italy, right?
So this is the good thing of the Bay Area, and we don't have to take it for granted and think like, okay, it's just a downhill spiral. It's gonna be fucked up everything, and we're gonna be doomed. No, I mean there is still a cultural resistance, and there are still places that are doing live music, pushing live music. There are organizations, no profit. There are bands, So this thing we have to be grateful for.
It's probably San Francisco is kind of going through what New York went through the 50s, right? These huge changes where there is a crazy increase of cost of living, and it's just part of history. And the thing is this, man, it is what it is. You cannot go back, so you better start working with what you have and make the best out of it, because it is what it is. You cannot do anything. I mean, you can stay there and complain and do nothing about it, or you can just say, hey, this is what it is. Let's just make the best of what we can do. Let's work for it. Let's fight for what we want. And then if you keep doing this, and if you raise awareness and everybody does that, things may go good. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, like you say. It doesn't have to be on a spiral where everything ends. Keep working with what you have. Be aware of what are the limits and what are also the possibilities, and keep insisting on what you want to do. You want to play music or whatever you want to do. Just keep doing that all the time. Just keep insisting, and things will happen. Things happens.
Yeah, I'm talking from experience.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
All right, you're listening to Espresso Sesh, Best Frequencies Forever. We are here every Tuesday from 2 to 4 p.m. Giuseppe Pinto from Sonamó, Italian funk band, but not only Italian funk band.
The Italian funk was more of a marketing thing too, because people ask, "Hey, what is Italian funk?" Oh, it was more of a marketing choice. But we are Sonamó. Yeah, actually, we can play. There is a song that also has not been published yet, and we also have a live version. It's called Per Te, and on this song it's actually not. It's written by my father. Yes, I stole it from him, right? And
it's G Pinto, no?
Exactly.
There's always a G Pinto. So.
And this has a strong blues type of vibe, and still inspired by, of course, the American feel, right? And as this is a kind of a blues turnaround type of, you can definitely hear the American, the Southern American, the blues in this song. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have it ready, we have this live version that has not been published yet.
I do it. Yes.
I 15 anni tuoi, perché senza amore consumi il tempo tuo, perché del tuo corpo hai fatto mercanzia e senza più rimpianti ti vendi in una via. Canterò, io canterò la rabbia mia. artificiali, per te che non hai niente, neanche da mangiare, per te oh donna sola, che bruci il tuo domani, in nome di un'idea, che forse idea rimane, canterò, io canterò. Sexy man. Io canto per chi passa una vita da aspettare, il momento buono che forse mai verrà, e nonostante tutto io canterò per te che sei bellissima, ma un'anima non hai. Canterò, io canterò. Per la mia sala e urlerò il mio pensiero al mondo intero e sarò forse così è un uomo vero.
And this was Perte Live. Yes, René, we are doing that. We're trying to do that every day. We are still here fighting every day, culturally, fighting, like cultural resistance, and working with what we got, I'm very happy to, to be here for what we got, and, fighting for having more venue. And take the best out of it, like for example this radio show, it's been 4 seasons of almost every week, I also have 2 other jobs to make a living here, no? But every week there's a guest. We have live performance very often. Last week there was Jeff Stott with his oud playing live. Next week we're gonna have thank you René, actually, Eric B, from Eric B and Raheem, keeping, doing just, I mean, it's not difficult because we're doing what we love, no?
That's
So
right,
it's
yeah.
passion driven, and yeah, but definitely, you know, we are.
No, and it's if you look for it, you find what you're looking for. So I'm happy also because I think that also the secret to success or to achieve whatever you want is to never sit on what you have. Yeah, once you achieve some, what for you is a milestone doesn't have to be a milestone in general, but what for you perhaps is a milestone, a personal milestone. Once you achieve that, don't stay there and sit for too long. Yeah, be happy for what you have achieved, but then get out of that comfort zone. Do things that you wouldn't do. Do just move on and try to ask yourself, what can I do to improve, to make things even better, and get out of the comfort zone and just do it and keep insisting, because no doesn't mean no. No means next. You know, just keep doing it. Just keep doing what you're doing.
And you know, like we're coming from kind of the same background, no? Because it's south of Italy, and it's kind of like the norm to don't support. So even your circle of friends, like, you know, you're doing music, how you doing, man? Like, get a job, you know, like so.
That's right.
That is, you know, this is like a mindset that we overcome, no? Because, you know,
Right.
we're doing music, yes, still doing it, man. Like, it's still doing it, you know. I'm almost 40 now and still doing it, you know. And,
True, no, it is. It's
yo,
true, it's
what are you
true.
gonna do? What are you gonna do?
But I when I came to San Francisco, I wasn't playing music. You know, I was just like I couldn't, and I decided to move here and to force myself to go out and meet musicians, and I did that, and I started meeting musicians, and I started playing with people in venues, and I was telling myself, wow, you were actually, if you want something and you do something for it, you achieve what you want. And back then, Sonamó wasn't even in my head. It was just, I just want to play music. I don't know what I want to do. And I played with several bands and I made lots of friends. And then when Sonamó came in a moment when I said, okay, now I want to really express my personal opinion on music, my personal opinion on this place of the world. And then when I start playing and I put together the band, I start playing the songs that I already had in my repertoire, and now we are writing brand new songs that are truly inspired by this place, by this part of the world. And what I've noticed is that sometimes, you know, you have to just stop and think and look at yourself and say, hey, where am I? What am I? At what point in my life I am? What am I doing here? And then when you actually can contemplate what you've done, and if you like what you've done, if you don't like it, to change what you're doing, and to try to keep improving. Never sit on what you have, because I could have told myself, okay, I'm fine. I'm playing music here. I meet so many people. I can do my jam session with all my friends all over the San Francisco. But then you want something more, because and that's what makes you grow. And then what makes you, and then thanks to that, you can you surround yourself with new friends, with new people that are adding to your life. I met so many amazing people. You know, I met you in August 10, 2013.
Where was it, man?
At the Revolution Cafe, right?
Revolution
The Revolution Cafe is kind of like, you know, like the what was that? When was 50? What? There was a famous street during the 50s in New York where all the jazz player, I forgot the name. Anyway, it's kind of like, you know, it's a hub. This Revolution Cafe where you meet all these friends, all these people, and you know, you can surround yourself with positive people that think like you, and then you can add to each other's life and move towards a common goal. And that's what's actually happening. And things happen, you know, and you just have to keep doing. Never get comfortable. And if you want something, never postpone to, oh, maybe I'm gonna do it tomorrow, or maybe, I don't know, in a week. No. You have to do it now. There is motivation doesn't come. You have to. Motivation is already there. You have to do it because you want it. That's my opinion and the way I try to approach life. because sometimes it's difficult, also to have this mindset all the time.
Yeah, I think probably I'm trying to imagine like your first days here when you were to a new place, you were not playing music. Probably was kind of sad, no? Like like
Man, it was horrible. I remember I went
like a very, very vegetable life.
Yeah,
like,
I play and I still play music with this group called Brazil Vox, right?
shout out to Brazil.
Brazil, shout out to Romeo and all the crew from Brazil Vox. Yeah, these are all amazing people, And actually, I met you because I played my very first gig with them, and you were playing there. That on this 2013.
Yeah.
And I remember the way I did. It was the way I met Romeo was. They were playing at the cigar bar in North Beach. No, that's actually Financial District. Anyway,
That's not it's right there.
that area, right? And I just moved to San Francisco, and I go to this place, and I see this band who has a pretty cool sound, and they don't have a keyboard player because I play keyboard, right? I play the piano. And I approached Romeo saying, hey man, I noticed you guys don't have a keyboard player. I just moved here. This is my business card. Check out my stuff. I'd like to, if you guys need somebody, check me out, and maybe we can collaborate. And Romeo, yeah. But then he didn't check anything. I met him again, I think a couple of weeks later at the Ramp. And then he said, told him, hey, did you have the chance to check out my music? And he said to me, look, man, I honestly didn't, but you know what? Just come at the next gig. We're gonna play the Revolution Cafe. Just come over there. Let's see how it goes, and then from there we'll go. And then then when I met you, and I met all the rest of all these guys from the Brazil Vox, I had no idea who I was. I just sit there with this keyboard and I start playing. And a funny story was that I was really loud, like crazy loud during the gig.
You were? No more?
And I remember that Eduardo Amado, great bass player that still play, we still play sometimes with Brazil Vox actually. Eduardo hated me. He really hated me, and we didn't know each other. We didn't even introduce each other formally. He hated me. And I remember that during the break, I saw him like getting pissed and me, oh, tell the guy, yes, turn down the volume. And I noticed that he was pissed. I went to him and I said, I apologize, but man, I'm really sorry. Sorry if I bothered you. I really didn't mean to. I never played here, so I have no idea what the acoustics is. And then, man, from that moment on, we became like best friends. Like Eduardo and I is like super friends. Like it was a funny encounter when we first met for the first time.
And this is like what you say, no? You got out of your comfort zone. You went out actually, talk to people, talk to bands, and say, "Oh, I play." So and then insist, because probably people are busy. They forgot your business card, and then but you check, and
you gotta insist. That's right. And I have some examples of nice friends of mine that I respect a lot, and they do that. They insist. Then they just go out there. You want to play music? Contact everybody, whoever that is involved in music business. Contact them and say, "Hey man, I'm available. If you ever need whatever, a drummer, a bass player, or whatever, just keep doing that." Because everybody is. Nobody's looking out for you. You have to look out for yourself, and that's how it is. There is nothing. It's not bad or good. It is what it is. That's how life is, right? So you gotta fight for yourself because everybody has their own personal fights. It's not that somebody's looking out for you. If somebody achieved a certain position, because he fought for it. It's not that somebody gave it to him, right? It's not that you got something, you got eligible to receive some sort of
unless
gift.
You are il trota,
So yes, that's what I say. You gotta get out of your comfort zone, absolutely, and things will come to you.
Yeah, they say the magic happens outside the comfort zone.
Right.
Let's play a song. Actually, we collaborate because we share a music studio together, no? So and sometimes, like we in the case of A Me Piace Blues,
yes,
but also in other cases like this one, we collaborated. No, we made this song. Actually, it's called The Piano Player. It's called and Sonamó like your video right now. So I don't know who was, but
which one of the Sonamó members? I don't know.
There is a ghost. Yeah, so part of this Italic disco project, it's more like on the electro funk kind of boogie style, and featuring Mr. Giuseppe Pinto on the keyboard, on the analog synth, bass, and lead. Yeah, let's listen to it. Still unreleased. This music is gonna come out eventually. But it's let's share it with you. The Piano Player, Italic Disco.
I've always wanted to be a piano man.
And this was the Piano Player, Italic Disco, some unreleased music. Cosimo, ciao Cosimo, how's it going, man? Thank you for enjoying this music. So this was a collaboration that came out like of a studio session.
Yes. The idea, we got the studio initially because we wanted to create a house music disco, right? House music record.
Yeah,
But then we never.
we are still learning on it. Yeah, you know, no worries. No, we did a couple of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Let's play more. It's 3:40 right now, so we're gonna stay like 10 more minutes, okay? Then 10 more minutes of live show. Then Astral Projection Radio Hour is gonna go in the house for as usual at 4 p.m. So let's play another Sonamó song.
Yes, this song is still from our latest EP from 2018. It's called More. And also this song was one of my very first compositions. So it's it's been released in 2018, but the song is much older. And in fact, it was an all Italian song. We have translated part of it, try to keep the meaning. And it's technically still a love song, you know. That talks about this guy that kind of gets stuck when he sees this girl and cannot really express his emotions, and then at some point he just declares his love and says to this girl, "Love me more and more, like you've never done before."
And you're listening to Espresso Sesh, Best Frequencies Forever, Sonamó, Giuseppe Pinto in the house. Let's listen to More.
Spending all night long thinking about it. What I want to tell you, beautiful words.
And actually, you know what? Let's rewind it. There was not the original version, but you know, it's we are doing it live.
I mean, it was still good, but there was a draft that we were working on it.
There was a draft, you know. Well, that's the beauty of the live radio, you know. Like this is the latest version, the studio version.
This is the studio version,
You get-
yes.
Right, Sonamó, More, once again.
Spending all night long thinking about it. What I want to tell you, beautiful words. Then when you're with me, I lose my heartbeat, cause I cannot even breathe. All my projects are going down. I'm thinking way too much about this love. You hijack my brain when push comes to shove. The sun and the moon don't exist anymore. The only star for me is your love. Love me more and more, like you've never done before. Hold me tight to you, as my heart is getting out of blue. And I wonder if I need more reasons to love you, but I'm sure that the one for me is you. Passo i giorni affacciato al balcone, attratto da un qualcosa, non so dirti cosa, ma forse pensando che, magari illudendomi che, a un tratto rivede troppo forte, ogni giorno più bello, una passione che mi divora il cervello. Il sole e la luna non esistono più, l'unica stella mia sei tu. Love me more and more, like you've never done before.
And there was more Sonamó featuring Herman Lara on
On this one, Herman Lara, our fantastic friend and saxophone player, took this beautiful solo on the tenor saxophone. Yes, Trent Berry on the guitar, and the other solo is on the synthesizer.
And Bob Menage on the bass.
Bob Menage on the bass, and Mr. Chris Stallman on the drums.
So once again, let's say you guys are playing this Thursday.
Yes, so to summarize, we're gonna play on Thursday at the Madrone Art Bar on 500 Divisadero Street. Come check us out. We're gonna have some brand new songs. We also are gonna release our tribute to Pino Daniele, our version of A Me Mi Piace Blues tomorrow in collaboration with DJ Nino Msk and with guitar player Carmine Santimone from Italy. We're gonna release it tomorrow, so if you are following us on Spotify, you will find it tomorrow. If you're not following us, please do it. Just look us up. We are on every platform, and also Apple Music and YouTube, everywhere. I think as most people use Spotify. I personally use Spotify a lot, so that's why. So, and come check us out tomorrow. And for all the other information on about Sonamó is www.sonamomusic.com. Sonamó is SONAMO music.com. Come check us out, follow us, support live music, support local bands, and stay tuned on BFF.fm.
Yes, stay tuned on BFF.fm because Astral Projection Radio Hour is coming up in 10 minutes. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching us on the video. Thank you for listening to us in the podcast. See you next week. We're gonna have Eric B from Eric B and Rakim in the house. So have a great continuation of your day. Support BFF.fm, and actually thank you for your support today. And thank you for listening. Thank you, Giuseppe, for being here, sharing the music. And grazie. Ciao. See you next week.
See you.